let's find out.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Talia, it's not terrible. You have really strong lockdown, but it's going to be hard to all in into a set. So I think probably that one's heading top.
Well,
that's
what we're looking at now. And look, Chovy's been notorious for this. Yeah, hitting a seismic shove is going to be tough onto Peanut here as Bay. Not too many options as far as getting out of this pit is concerned as the train does come through. Morgan just sidesteps it though as we've got a bit of a 2v2 here on the bottom side. Kellen taking a lot of damage. The heal comes out from Deft as the flash does come through as Bay gets seismic shove back. Great cask out from Morgan as Chovy, no flash remember, but he crab raves anyway. And the barrel's going to slow down Rich. The flash just a little bit too late, but still, he is going to make it to safety. However, first blood this time goes to Humble Life.
Didn't get any value, and now it's like, uh-oh, this is really scary.
Well, we got a fight on the bottom side. Kellen going to get taken down extraordinarily low. I love this. You know, he flashes instantly. Arthur's there to capitalize, and that's going to put the bottom lane ahead as well. Humble Life really have tidied things up. And look, it was a few whoopsies in the early game. As another steal on the blue buff is being attempted. Bowling ball going to miss. As there's the Justice Punch. Chovy making his way over, and Bay extraordinarily squishy. But Arthur now finds himself in amongst a whole bunch of members. As Deft was looking for a killer instinct, but it's dangerous. He still goes in. Haymaker's available, and that's a sleepy Kaiser potentially. They don't even need to press the button. Peanut actually did, but it was basically unnecessary. And
you were talking about, and we've seen Arthur hold that thought.
Yep, there's a headbutt pole. There's a heroic entrance. Is going to allow the Galio to get in there, but the Samira gets the ulti. Deft extraordinarily low, wants to try and trade this kill back. Doesn't have a ward and has to face check, and Doctorm just walks on over and slices him up with a Q.
So well played. And this is now we're going to see this Rift Herald taken by Nongshim as well, it looks like. Peanut's got better smite.
Yep, Peanut's going to be able to take that one down. Rich, though, is going to go extraordinarily low as Morgan doesn't get it with the last boop. And there's the cask. That's going to claim the kill onto the Scion as he body slams back over the wall. And look, it is a trade, so Shelly there.
Yeah, Rich, more here.
Oh, great flash from Morgan to deny the train ride, but he gets himself the Soul Pointer shield once again. Flicked back and will be taken down as Morgan body slamming him to get himself out of the way, and also a nice mini stun against the wall there onto Peanut to deny the follow-up. So completed. And we saw the value that item gives the Renekton in the last game, and also, you know, the entirety of the season, as that's a decent taunt there, but the Samira is just going to take down the support Galio. Kellen soaking up damage with his ulti. Is now Deft trying to get some work done, but he gets knocked up. There's the flash face breaker as another ulti comes through for the Samira, but the set's going to go down. Deft is going to follow. Arthur taken out, and these are more kills going to Doctorm, which is so scary. Chovy. Dominus has been popped. He's waiting for the opportune moment. Gets over the wall, but that's a Scion that he's doing battle with. Finds the snare onto Peanut, who tries to get out with the flash to follow it up as Chovy's trying to be the monster that we know that he is, but Doctorm gets the ulti, and it's a double kill for the Scion as he walks it out.
Quite a bit.
Something's happened.
Really nice.
He's maybe changed up his breakfast routine or something like that. Added a few extra wheat bix, and things are looking real good. As Morgan just trying to frontline here, as we've got an attempted team fight, but Morgan just taking a lot of free damage at this point in time. You can see Rich doing a fair bit at the beginning of this fight as in goes the Galio, but that was a little bit of a whoopsie. Kellen is going to use that flick as a taxi to get a really nice pulverized heroic entrance. Is going to come down as Peanut finds himself on the wrong side of the fight, and he will be taken down. Chovy now off towards the backside, and they're getting funneled into this choke point. Again, Nongshim with a lot of extra vision, but Bay's being caught out. There's another slice. The dice will certainly follow here for Chovy and locks down the set. As now Nongshim, they get the train out of the station. Vista will be taken down here. Doctorm gets another ulti. The Samira is huge. Flash out from Deft, but Doctorm's still gonna cut him up. Arthur doesn't find another volley, and he makes it over. The wall is going to come through, though, and the Talia locks down the Samira, and Humble Life, in the end, do win the fight. We have another fight around Shirley here, potentially brewing, as Chovy's going to make his way up. Bowling ball's going to miss as Deft trying to find some damage. Okay, the Herald going to largely be ignored as Deft killer instinct towards the backline. Kellen soaking a lot of damage, though, as Bay trying to do the same thing. Now, Peanut does find Deft, who throws out the heal and isn't going to go down just yet, but Kellen gets in there with the headbutt pulse, and they do get rid of the Kaiser. However, will the rest of the fight be taken down? Chovy's, they're trying to kite him as best they can. There are some low health bars. Rich is looking for the knockups, as Doctorm as well getting very close towards that S rank. Isn't quite able to make it, as Baron's going to join. And Vista and Morgan find themselves on the wrong side of the map. Bowling ball comes through as Vista's going to get popped back, and the Justice Punch is good. Even avoiding the Baron is Kellen, going to get taken down by the Baron. Vista with the God play, as now Chovy's looking for Peanut. Should be able to lock that one up, as now Morgan is going to turn up. Down finds himself in amongst three. The body slam's great to interrupt the ult. Now, Rich, that is certainly a sad beat, because it was looking so good for Nongshim until it absolutely wasn't.
Yeah, it was looking really good for them. Like, they got...
I mean, he's huge, yeah.
Yeah, he's even got his cloak online, too. Like, he's massive, so he can finish off targets that are even, you know, higher health than you normally would be when you're looking to ult at this stage in the game, because he is so far ahead. But getting those targets low is the hard part. Peanut's even going to commit his smite here. I don't know about this.
Yeah, and the sleep as the teleport's going to come down. Morgan's trying to make his way in here, as there's the headbutt pulp. Morgan wanting to try and peel for Chovy, who slices, dices, gets himself out. Now Vista does have his ulti available. Will throw it down on top of the Gragas, who's surviving for a long time thanks to that shield. And now Deft, he just gets turned on yet again. Killer Instinct flashes over the wall. He's going to survive for the moment, but yeah, Doctor's just a little bit too strong. Presses the R button, takes down the Kai'Sa, and every time Deft gets involved, Nongshim just have magnets on him, man. Like, he just can't.
He has a shield bow, he's got a collector, and he just has so much more money than Deft does. So Deft can't peel in these fights with his damage. He can't push people back. He can't threaten kills with his killer instinct. He can't even killer instinct at all. Chovy.
Yeah, he might just be dead as the exhaust comes down. Lilia is going to lock down that kill. And now the rest of Harmor Life are going to turn up. This is not a fight that they really want to take, as Deft once again getting closed in on. Great cask for the disengage. But that's only going to stop, or at least staunch the bleeding on Chovy, but he's nowhere near Rich, who does have to flash the wall to get himself to safety. It is another Cloud Soul. So sorry, everyone. Have to have another one.
I mean, look, we're going to 4 games at least, so 25% chance, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. As Rich is continuing to take some damage, but now he's pretty happy to do so, as Vista and Arthur both going to go golden. And that's going to be the showstopper towards the backline. Arthur is just eradicated as Chovy in amongst it, getting a lot of healing done as Deft gets over the wall with Killer Instinct. Kellen gets over to try and stop him here, as he is not going to be able to win that fight against the Kai'Sa, who does have a fair bit of money right now, but you can see Chovy and Morgan trying to do their best, as Deft just sneaking in some Acathian rain from over the wall, as Zombie Rich is trying to chase down Morgan, who walks lazily out of the way. And yeah, like you say, there's some really low health bars, but fighting right now is dicey, especially in a 2 versus 3. Yeah, this is super creeps heading through.
So a lot of time bought here for Nongshim. Like, this is working very well for them. Well, not anymore with that death there for Bay. But they bought a lot of time, and there's a lot of pressure in the base.
They might potentially lose a
That's what I'm saying.
a Nexus turret, as this super creep is going to be taken down. There's another wave, so it is going to survive for the moment, but it is limping, one could say. Generally, 2 Nexus turrets is enough at full health to take down 1 wave of super creeps. As Peanut is going to be hunted down, and Deft finally getting some revenge as he... And this Baron power play is going to be big, as Rich is going to get pushed back. There's the flick. I like it a lot. The Scion just being thrown around like a ragdoll as Chovy in the front line, but Dominus is going to be there to keep him up. Deft grabbing one of the kills, but Zombie Scion is still there, trying to get some work done. Good face breaker there from Bay, but he's flicked back and destroyed by the Talia. Arthur seems to have got his eye in here at this stage of the game, and unfortunately for Nongshim, they're just sort of throwing themselves at Harmor Life Esports, and now their inner turret is going to go down as well. 3.3k on the Baron power play here, and it's going to move up to 4, as you can see.
Yeah, and Rich just overextending there, trying to buy time, being way overzealous, not respecting the amount of CC that Harmor Life Esports' comp has. He goes down, Bay gets pulled back into the seismic shove, and that's very likely just going to be a Eden here.
That's a Oblivion Orb on a Alistair, by the way. They realizing that they want to get some of these grievous wounds, as Bay's getting chunked down. Into the backline goes Chovy, and immediately goes golden as well. The set dealt with. Fantastic cast just to cause some chaos. His Doctorm, it's Deft that's looking for him, but the Blade Well is fantastic. Deft going to turn his attention to the cow as the ulti not going to get too much value. Morgan flashes in with a body slam, and the Kai'Sa locks down the Samira. That should be lights out here for Nongshim, as of course Doctorm is almost all of their damage. Chovy's dealing with Peanut towards the backside. Bambi, no hope against the Crocodile. And Rich versus Morgan, this is just an extension of that, a wet noodle fight, as Morgan's just running around, taking a drink, and that was really exciting until it wasn't. Meanwhile, the base is just going to be obliterated.
Yep, that's going to be the end of this one. We're going to a game 3 here, Atlas, and it was fun while it lasted, I have to say, but Nongshim with a few bad decisions in the late game, got behind, felt desperate, tried to rotate over there onto Chovy instead of trying to get Elder Drake priority, and then they got collapsed on. And in that choke point, I don't hate it. There's the final pick coming through with the Victor. So, you know, we basically were able to figure it out pretty early on that this was not going to be a Renekton mid, but, you know, just that final confirmation that is going to be the case here. Morgan will be playing that champion. I like the comp here for Nongshim quite a bit, especially because we have... Okay, here we go.
Yeah, well, there's no flash, remember. Get some vision there with the pillar, one of its many great uses. Slice, dice, Morgan gets out scot-free. And now Chovy's going to turn up, and Peanut, no flash to get himself out of this one. Gravity Field is there, and a bit of yakety sax, but we get a crab ray for it as Chovy grabs first blood.
As bad reversal. Just going to see a little cracker call here. Don't think there's more than they can do, even with the 6.
Yep, Dr. throwing out the ultimate as Vista gets the flash out of him. Very nicely done. Deft over to the side. Blade Whirl is available though, so Deft looks a little bit silly after pressing the Killer Instinct button. Still able to poke them down underneath the turret. There's the crash down as Deft throws out the claim. Vista's going to die as Dr. gets the S rank and Deft has to flash to safety. That was super strange on the bottom side.
He is so good at Samira though. That's a fun little all-in to see, kind of turn on its head there. Really like to see it. Dr. getting fed again early. I mean, it's only 1 kill, but it's a good start.
Well, now Arthur is going to be running away. The Subjugate is down onto the Skarner as Morgan looking for some damage onto Rich. He's just going to farm behind this turret. Bay walks in, but he's very low. The Scat of the Week doesn't really work out. There's the Hex Flash from Vista. Headbutt, but the flash is out of the way of the Pulverize. Bay now, without a flash, is actually a big deal. Against a lane with Chovy in it. As Peanut comes through, puts down the pillar. Arthur now caught out of position. He's going to be taken down.
For it anyways.
Yep, Peanut going to get stunned up here a little bit as immediately the Subjugate hasn't actually been used. I tell a lie, is now Arthur trying to run away. There's the crash down, Magnet Storm, and a very dead Scorpion. Chovy not quite able to offer enough damage back, and once again, Arthur finding himself with a 0-2 scoreline.
He doesn't get the kill across the board. Is going to make this transition a lot easier.
Ooh, Arthur being very sneaky is this Scorpion as Deft over to the side. Immediately, Peanut's just going to flash away. Doesn't want anything to do with this, but still, they get under the turret. They take him down. Headbutt is going to create enough distance, and he's going to be taken. Morgan now looking for Docdom. The Magnet Storm used defensively is very nice from Kellen to keep Docdom alive. Whether it's going to be enough, though, is the question. As Killer Instinct comes down, Kellen gets the heal from Docdom, looking to try and keep him alive. The Blade Well's fantastic as well. Oh, my goodness, they are best friends on the bottom side. Breathe on it just a little bit, but instead, Shirley's just going to cram her noggin into it. Rich now looking for a flanking play as the rest of Nongshim do converge. Fantastic Villa. And there's the Magnet Storm. This is what we were talking about. The headbutt back, though, onto the Rel is going to get her out of there. And Harmolife Esports with a fantastic answer.
5v4, and there's so much damage, so stable.
Yeah, Morgan unfortunately doesn't get his dice, as he does at least have a Gore Drinker, which does keep him up for a little bit longer. Arthur now trying to help out. Chovy comes down, and he's just going to pick up the pieces. Morgan actually happy to dive back in, as Gravity Field's going to stop this Gragas from doing anything, and that's in fact just a double kill for the Renekton.
Great. I'm not sure if he has to end up talking anyways if he did. But he's just so hard to kill.
Well, Kellen's in once again. Does find a decent stun there with the Attract Repel, but now that the Aftershock is down, he's a little bit squishy. Vista finds a 2-man Pulverize, but will get stunned on the back end. There's the headbutt away onto Docdom, but now he's looking for Deft. Does get interrupted there with the Chaos Storm, but finally ticks down. I think that was the last bit of a Cathian Rain falling.
We've had better Gragas game from him.
Yep, that's the dead Samira. She's real dead. Smeared on the Rift. Currently, as Harmolife Esports now moving over towards the Baron Pit. Vista looking to claim a tower.
Nongshim have really fallen apart in this game. Like, their early game was fine. They were stable. Then they were really grasping for ganks and looking for picks, and they failed multiple times, and now they're just going to call them out.
Yep. Now that cask actually landed. That hit like 5 people. Definitely trying to make up for lost time as the Magnet Storm comes in, but a little bit defensive there from Kellen as they move on back to Chaos Storm, ripping them to shreds. As Morgan's just playing body block here for this one, as this Baron is getting taken down extraordinarily quickly. Arthur's health bar as well is suffering, but now the fight is on. Kellen trying to get out, does crash down his way to safety as Chovy gets himself out of there, but that's a great scat of the week, but still not quite able to get any of these kills. They looking for it, and Docdom's still trying to catch up, and this is what a fight looks like without the Samira there. Barrels coming through. Gravity Field's fantastic, though, as Vista is just dead. as Deft now finds himself in a choke point, and the Samira grabs herself a double kill. I think there was an opportunity for Life to get out of there.
Yes.
But they just decided not to.
They decided that they were going to be fine with Chovy's damage, and the way that their comp works, like it would be in theory. Is I think we're going to watch this one more time. Or no, we're going a little bit further back. This is just getting picked. This is a really nice play by Arthur. Follow flash there.
Yeah. Gold, not exactly quite as relevant as Deft is now looking for Peanut, a track repel to give him that extra defensiveness. Morgan does find the flank, but now he finds himself in amongst 5 people, but he's a Renekton with a Gore Drinker, and he's doing pretty well because of that fact. Chovy raining the death rays down as Rich looking to try and get out of there. The Impale not quite able to get the value as Deft is frontlining, but there's the Killer Instinct to get him out. The gameplay button nowhere near enough from Bay as Rich clinging to life as best he can. And they do manage to take down the cow, but Morgan has now found Deft. That was just an afterthought of a Culver Meek to take down the Renekton, to take down the Gragas. And now Deft, he can't really get too many S ranks there as Morgan is just way too big.
20 away from that, Baron's up soon. And Nongshim they cannot be out here like this.
Well, Peanut is trying to keep himself alive, but he's going to get impaled, brought on back in. Deft is free hitting, the troll is going to go down, and now Kellen does all that he can with all of his buttons, but it's not enough to save the troll. And Life, they've taken down the jungler, and guess what that means? That means potentially Baron time.
I mean, I think that they just get this. Unfortunately, Nongshim can't engage anymore. They're not going to be able to stop fight for this, but your chances of winning it are so low. I mean, you saw Peanut sit back in his chair and have that cheeky laugh because he knows this game is falling out of his control.
Vista off to the side. He's going to buy a fair bit of time here as he headbutts Kellen back. The Baron has been taken down. Sacrificial cow. And you will be missed, my friend. Does buy enough time to make sure it's back.
The damage that Chovy is going to do in these next 2 team fights is just, it shouldn't be shown on TV. Like,
I'm frightened about what happens when Morgan presses his Gore Drinker button. That's going to be real scary as he's fighting Rich towards the bottom side. Yeah, Peanut dies. That was in the blink of an eye. I had a brief glance towards the battle between the Gragas and the Renekton, and Peanut was dead as Rich does a bit of a sad B, and you can understand exactly why. Life bearing down on the Nexus turrets now. 2 inhibitors taken very, very swiftly.
Well, this has been a series, Atlas.
It has.
Esports really ran away with this 3rd game. This is the decisive victory they were looking for.
Well, here's the last-ditch effort. Chovy's just going to press his denial button to Rich, who's just going to die subsequently. And now Morgan looking to take down Samira, who is just going to get impaled and brought back. Bay just trying to keep himself alive as Peanut is back into the thick of things yet again. And Vista's going to die. The 0-6 cow is very unhappy as Deft is also going to try his luck going golden here on the fountain. And he will also be taken as everyone just funneling in to have a bit of fun. And I think that really does epitomize what has been a very fun series for both of these teams. As Arthur, maybe just tap the Nexus a couple of times, please, as Chovy's going to get that work done, and the Crab Rave is going to erupt. And that is going to be that. Life Esports do grab the 2-1 victory, but if you were to say that it was clean, it would be certainly in like a post-match thread for a KT game a couple of years ago, because this was definitely not that.
Yeah, there's a huddle here in the Life Esports house.